Good morning, class. My name is Mr. Maldonado. I'll be teaching you a lesson today. Today's lesson is going to be doing mental math. This is for a 6th grade class, 6th grade level. And let's begin. First off, what do you think mental math is? Correct. You're doing math using only your head. We're not going to be writing it all down on paper and pencil the way we've been doing it before. It's just going to be using our head to figure it out. So, the objective for today is going to be the student will calculate word problems using mental math and checking their answers with calculators. Now, we already said mental math, we're going to be doing it only with our heads. Now, to make sure that we did it right and correct, we're going to go ahead and use our calculators that you have, and you're going to go ahead and check your answers with it, okay? Now, it is going to be modified since this is for a resource setting class. And we're going to do it step by step, okay? Now, let's look at the vocabulary word for today. Today's vocabulary word is compensation. Does anybody know what that means? Looks like you're a little confused. Let's go ahead and clarify it, okay? It says compensation. Adjusting one number of an operation to make computations easier and balancing the adjustment by changing the other number. Pretty much we're going to be manipulating the number, making it a little bit easier for us to add. Now, numbers that are easy to add end in zeros and they end in fives. Why? Because they're a little bit easier to count by fives, and zeros you're just going to be counting by tens. So we're going to try and change the number or try and think in those terms to try and make it easier to add or subtract. Let's go ahead and look at the first problem that we're going to do here. It says the prices of software for sale. Oh, and just real quick before we jump into this word problem, let's keep in mind we're going to be using money. So let's quickly review how many pennies does it take to make a dollar? Correct. It takes 100 pennies because a penny is 1 cent, so we need 100 pennies to make $1. How about a nickel? How many nickels do we need to make a dollar? Well, that's too much. 20 nickels, because a nickel is 5 cents. We need 20 nickels to make a dollar. Now, how about a dime? Yes, a dime is 10 cents. Yes, we need 10 of them. 10 dimes does make a dollar. And what about a quarter? The quarter is the main one that we like to use. Yes, 25 cents, and we need 4 of them. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's go back to our word problem. It says the prices of software for sale cost $20.75, $10.59, and $18.25. What is the total cost of the software? So right away, our question right here is asking us for the total cost. Now when you hear total, what do you think we're going to do? What operation are we going to do? Yes, we're going to add. So we have our 3 values right here that we're going to add. Now we're not going to write them down like we usually do and add and carry the number over. We're not going to do that because we're doing mental math today. We're going to do it using our heads. The one thing I do want you to do is let's separate our 3 totals from the whole problem so we know it's easier to work out with. Let's go ahead and write our 3 totals down over here. Let's take our first one. It's going to be 20, 75. Let's not forget our dollar signs. And we already said we're adding plus $10.59, and the last value $18.25. Now, thinking in money terms, let's use the quarter. There's 2 values here that end in 5s. Can you tell me which ones they are? Yes, the $20.75 and the $18.25. Notice how they end in 75 and 25. Now, those are quarter values right there. The 75 cents is how many quarters? Yes, 3 quarters. And 25 cents, how many quarters is that? 1. Now, if I take those 2, what am I going to make right there? If I take 75 cents and I add 25 cents, a dollar. We have a complete dollar. So what I want to do is I want to combine these 2. Now, only using our head, we know that 75 and 25 is $1. Now, let's go ahead and add our 20 and our 18. If we look at our ones place, we have a 0. If we have our ones place over here, it's at 8. We know 8 plus 0 is going to be 8. What is 2 plus 1? 3. So if you add, thinking in your head, well, that's going to be 20 plus 18 more, that's 38. Now we do have that $1 that we added from the cents. So we have 38 plus 1 more, we have $39 right there. Now let's not forget, we have one more value that we need to add. So let's bring him down. And we're going to go ahead and add them together. Now if you look at the cent side, we have no cents on the 39, and we have 59 cents. So we have 59 plus 0. What do you think we're going to get? 59 cents. Now we take our dollars side, what do you think we're going to get? 39 and 10 more. If you count 10 more from 39, what should we do? We're only adding on the tens, 49. Because 3 plus 1 is 4. We're not adding anything else on the one side. So that's going to be 9. And on the 10 side, 3 plus 1 will be 4. Our total should be 49.59. Now, just to make sure that we did the calculations correct using only our heads, because that's the only thing we used, we didn't line it up to add it the way we usually do. Let's go ahead and take out your calculators, and let's go ahead and add them. Let's go ahead and put in our values. We have 20.75, and we're going to add. Make sure you push the adding button. Plus $10.59 plus $18.25. Does our value on our calculator match up to the value that we added right here? Yes, yes it does. I have 49.59 and that's what we have right here. So we did the calculation correct in our head. Now, let's go ahead and look at using compensation. Let's say they give you $4.25 and we're going to take away $3.08. Now, this one is already ending in a 5 like we said. That's the number that we want. This side is ending in an 8. So what we want to do is let's get it closer to either a 0 or a 5. So we're going to move it up. We're at an 8. How many more do we need to get to a 10? Well, if we count on 8, 9, 10, we need 2 more cents. So if I give this number 2 more cents, we're going to have $3.10. Now we can go ahead and bring it down. And now let's go ahead and subtract. It makes it a lot easier just working with 5s and 0s. If we look at our ones place, I'm sorry, that's not a ones place. What place value is that? Hundredths, right. So when we do 5, take away 0, what are we going to get? 5. If I have 2, I'm going to take 1 away because that's in my tenths place. What's 2 take away 1? 1. So right now, we have 15 cents. Now let's look at our dollar values. What's 4 take away 3? 1. We have $1.15. Now, remember, we added 2 more cents over here. So we took away 2 extra cents. So we have to give it back. So over here, we're going to add 2 more. Now, instead of drawing it and adding it out, we'll count on from 15. What's 2 more after 15? 17. So in reality, this answer is $1.17. And we worked that out without using anything but our heads. Now once again, let's get our calculator. Let's see if it's correct. We're going to take $4.25 and we're going to subtract. Look at the operation. It says subtract $3.08, the original one that we had. Let me know when you all are done. Okay, you're getting the answers? Okay, what answer did we get? $1.17. And if you notice, that's the one that we ended up with right there. Alright? So now, for you all, I have a problem up here that you're going to help me step by step to do. I guided you doing this one. Now let's go ahead and you're going to answer the questions for me here. So it says, Joanne bought 3 books that cost $3.95, $4.99, and $6.05. How much did she spend in all? So what are we going to do first? Well, let's back up first. What are we going to do? What operation are we going to do? You do notice that I wrote underlined in all, so what does that signify you to do? Add. We're going to add, so we're going to add our values. What should I do with my values? Let's line them up. Not line them up, I'm sorry, let's write them down. So let's take our first one, $3. and 95 cents. Don't forget your decimal. And we're adding the next one, $4.99. And the last one, $6.05, okay? Now remember, think in money terms. I want to make $1 out of some of those cents. Can you look at any two values and tell me which ones can make $1? Okay, we have 95 and we have 5 cents. If we add those two together, we get $1. So let's go ahead and work with those two first. You told me this was $1 right here, so let's add up our dollar values. How much is that together? 6 plus 3. 9, and if we take that $1 that we got, 10. Good. So we have $10 so far, and let's not forget our other, yes, we do bring it down. Correct. So we brought our other value down, and we need to add this together. Now, notice it ends in zeros. Those are the kind of numbers we like to work with when we're doing mental math, because it's easy to just add or subtract. So now, we have $10 plus $4.99. Let's look at our cent side. We have nothing over here, and 99. How many cents is there going to be if we add it together? 99 cents. Good job, guys. Now let's look at our dollar side. We have $10 plus $4. Yes, we only look at our ones. There's a 0 and a 4. That's going to be a 4. Is there anything else to add with the tens over here? We have a 1, and there's no 10 number over here, so 1 plus nothing, 1. What is our value? $14.99. Let's go ahead and check with our calculator, the one we've been checking. Let's take our first value, $3.95. Adding, make sure you put the adding, $4.99. And the last value, $6.05. What do you all get? $14.99. And that's pretty much how you go ahead and try and work out to get zeros and fives, so you can do everything mentally. And don't forget, if you have a calculator, you can go ahead and check your values to make sure that you did calculate everything correctly, and you'll be able to do it without any problems. Thank you.